Hi from Kingston, Ontario, Canada, from Kingston Frontenac Public Library. If you haven't played with Ancestry before, or even if you have, you might want to explore but feel unsure where to start. There are millions of records and documents in this database, and it can feel overwhelming. You know your ancestors are in there somewhere. How can you find them? If you're like most of us, you'll start by fishing for ancestors. Later, if you become hooked on genealogy, you may target your searches more specifically and search for certain types of records and use Ancestry in different ways. But for now, why not just dive in and give it a try? Here's how. Visit the KFPL website, choose Online Resources and Recommendations, choose All Online Resources, and click the title Ancestry Library Edition, and click Begin Searching. The search screen invites you to type a name, location, and birth year. You might be tempted to search for your own name, and that's fine, but many records of living individuals are unavailable due to privacy regulations. You'll have better luck and more fun if you focus on an ancestor who's just a little farther back in your family tree. A grandparent is often a good place to start. There are plenty of records for people who lived a couple of generations back. If you know the name of a grandparent, give it a try. I'll search for my grandfather. I type his first name, his last name, and the place where he lived. When I start typing, Ancestry gives some suggestions, and it's good to choose from this drop-down list. Notice that each of these fields has a checkbox that says exact. Those boxes can be useful later if you decide to narrow your search. But when you first start fishing, it's a good idea to leave the box unchecked. I happen to know his birth year, but if I didn't, I could just skip this field. And then click Search. Ancestry returns a list of records that match my search terms. Look how many people named Cecil Roberts were in Ontario around that same time frame. And these are just the first few results in a long list. How can I figure out which of these apply to my grandfather? In this case, I happen to know that his birthday was September 2nd and that he was born in Haliburton, so I can eliminate a couple of these possibilities from my list of results. I can also get a bit more information about this birth record by hovering over its title. A pop-up window appears. It includes the names of his parents, so I'm extra confident that this is his birth registration. It's always wonderful to see the thumbnail image that means a scanned image of the document is included in the record. Click on See More. The record includes a button to view the document. That will be a scanned image from the old registration book where his birth was recorded, and we'll look at that in a minute. The record also includes a transcription of some, but not all, of the data from his entry in the old book, and it gives his name, gender, birth date, and so on. Always take this transcribed information with a grain of salt. There are many reasons why it might be wrong. Maybe the person who transcribed the record made a typing mistake. Maybe the handwriting in the old book was hard to read. So we always want to look at that image to see the original for ourselves. Before we do that, there are two other things to notice on this page. At the bottom of the screen is the source citation that tells you where the information came from before it was put into Ancestry. If you're just fishing to see what Ancestry is like, you probably won't care about that source information, but later, if you decide to get at all serious about your family tree, you'll wish you had saved that information. Trust me on this. So just know that it's there, and if you're saving this record to your computer, you might as well just grab that information too, and it only takes a second, and you'll be glad later on. Finally, you'll see the orange Send Document button. If you were accessing Ancestry Library Edition from one of the public computers at the library, you would use that button to email search results to yourself. But if you're using your own computer or device, or saving to a flash drive, you can skip that button. I'll show you an easier way to do it. Now I can click the View button to see the image of my grandfather's birth registration. Here he is on line 10 of this page of the registration book. To keep things simple during this fishing expedition, we'll stick to this image, but it's worth knowing that in this type of registration book, each entry ran across 2 pages, both sides of a double-page spread. So we could page forward to see more information, like the name of the doctor who delivered the baby and the name of the person who registered the birth, and so on. But say you wanted to grab this one page and save it to your computer as an image file. Click the green Save button and save to this computer. Now it's yours to keep. For free, seriously. There are a million other things I'd like to tell you about this process. Genealogists have all kinds of skills and strategies and tips for navigating and collecting these records, but this video is already getting too long and you're probably keen to get fishing for your own ancestors, so go ahead, start your own search and see what you can find. It doesn't take long to collect a big, wonderful pile of records. Then you add to the pile some photos from your family album and some information your Uncle Jerry sent you in 1992 that you didn't care about until now, and so on. And the next thing you know, you'll be wondering what to do with all of that stuff and how to keep track of it and how to decide what to search next and so on. So I'll tell you more in another video. I hope this quick introduction will inspire you to try Ancestry Library Edition. If you have a question, feel free to contact us through our website at kfpl.ca. We'd love to hear from you. Meanwhile, have fun, enjoy fishing for those ancestors, and we'll catch up with you again soon.